So that was pretty much most of the range of the Australis Velourlips. I did try to pick up the whole range, but there was a few colors that I can't remember now that were sold out. I think there was only like 2 or 3. That was back in March though, so there may very well be new colors added to the collection. So if you're from Australia, you already know this. It is so hard to A, get cheap shipping from American or overseas countries to ship to Australia, and B, there isn't a whole lot of a range of makeup there. It is definitely improving. There's Too Faced at Mecca, and there's also a Sephora in Sydney now, which is awesome. So much better since when I used to live there. Trust me, I have felt your pain before. The Velourlips is definitely not one of my favorite liquid lipsticks, but it definitely has some pros. There isn't a lot of consistency between the range. There are a lot of colors that feel like a completely different texture. While I was swatching them, these are 2 that I definitely would not repurchase. That is Rio-D and Ho-Chee-Min. Those just went on super, super patchy. I found like I had to lay them and lay them and lay them, and they just wouldn't go on, and I was really bummed because that Rio-D color was amazing. It was like a fluorescent coral, but I just couldn't get it to work. I even tried to apply it a second time thinking that maybe I did something wrong, but it's just really patchy and ugh. Luckily, there were a lot more in the range that were really great for me. Those ones are Beijing. I really liked that one. There was also Bar-Tha-Lona. That one was awesome. Shang-Hi, which I did wear that one a lot when I was back home in Australia. Also, Mi-A-Mee is a really great one. Those ones definitely a yes. The one Shang-Hi I felt was very similar to Stupid Love from Melt Cosmetics, and the Bar-Tha-Lona one, I just thought that was a really fun summery color to wear. It's got that real kind of highlighter kind of pop to it. So these do retail for only about $9.99 from Priceline as well, and they're definitely a good option if you can't get your hands on some of the other great brands like Kat Von D or Ofra or Too Faced Melted Matte. So these are definitely a good backup if those ones are hard to get. So just to speak a little bit of the formula, I did get a chance to wear these quite a bit. I've had them for a while now. They are definitely a little more on the drying side. I know all liquid lipsticks are pretty drying. They're a matte lipstick, they're going to be dry, but these are just a little bit extra dry. And with some of them, you do have to put on a little bit more than one coat. So they do get a little bit more of that drier kind of feeling. So these ones I definitely wouldn't suggest if you have super textured lips or very dry lips, but if you don't and you can handle that feeling, then they're a good matte liquid lipstick for a really good price point. The thing I like about them is definitely the size. The wand is a great precise applicator. I don't feel like I need to use a lip brush. Oh my gosh, the smell of them is my favorite out of any of the liquid lipsticks that I have. Most of them have that vanilla-y smell, which is great, but these, they kind of smell like red frogs or like just that real slight hint of raspberry smell, which is super yummy. They definitely have more of a moussey kind of dry feeling when they're going on. They're not a super liquidy liquid matte, which is good if you aren't super skilled at putting on liquid lipsticks, because the liquidy ones can be a little bit uncontrollable. I would definitely say this is a good backup if you can't get your hands on any of the other brands. They're a really good cheap alternative, and they pretty well do the trick. They're just not quite as great as the other brands that I have tried. Definitely will come off a little bit on the inside of the lips when eating, but if you just lightly reapply over the area that's come off, you should be good to go. It was nice to do this little special swatch for my Aussie viewers. I do hope that you found this review helpful, and I am praying for more Sephora stores to open around Australia. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you guys next week for my next video. Bye!